And the step to success is go Ruby. Let's tell them what Ruby is, Caroline.
A Ruby is going to be 2 qualified legs with an executive as well.
So you're gonna wanna get 3 distributors, okay? You're going to want to teach those distributors the steps, right? Join the party, which they already did, and to get their loyal customers. One of those 3 needs to go executive, which means they need to start the steps to success and start getting their distributors, okay? What's so amazing about Ruby is it is the core. It is how you go diamond. It is how you go triple. It is how you go ambassador. You have to go Ruby. You have to teach Ruby. And guess what? You can maintain your Ruby now with 4,000 in volume. That is so exciting. Awesome. I'm sure there's a few other things, but that's all we were told to say about Ruby. But you gotta pull that Ruby chart out, go Ruby, and teach Ruby. That's all you gotta remember if you want to climb to the top of this company. Okay, I want to share a little bit about actually when I was Ruby, because oh my gosh, I remember it so vividly. Ruby was a complete turning point in my business. I was a believer in the product, okay, at that point in time. I was a believer in the company because they were paying me, and so I believed that this was legit, you know? But there was still something missing, you know? I had some distributors and I had some loyal customers, and I was at that Ruby position, and my sponsor asked me to go to a boot camp / training. At the time, there was like 50 people in the room, Caroline? 60, okay, I was a nervous wreck. Don't even think I had a It Works t-shirt, scared. But I sat there thinking, you know, if I'm gonna do this and take it seriously, I need to be listening to Pam and Dr. Don. I need to meet corporate. I need to see if this is really real and maybe rub shoulders with a few people. See if everybody's normal and what this is all about, you know? So I drove the 4 hours and was there, and really got inspired by, you know, Pam and her talking, and Dr. Don sharing a lot about the product. And there was a segment where Pam was actually congratulating people that had promoted. And I think, you know, they were like, did you go, Ruby? And I'm like, they were like, yeah, good job. Okay, now we want the diamonds to come up. So I was like, okay. So I was in the audience, you know, I was among those 60 people. And Pam called up the diamonds and said the diamond, you know, these few people, you know, promoted to diamond, they're making an average of $1,900 to $2,000 a month, and my jaw is on the floor because it just, you know, I saw that you can make that on the income chart, but I'm thinking I will probably never meet anyone that's making that. And I thought I was doing really good myself, making Ruby income. And I heard, you know, some tips. You know, Pam said, you know, here's, you know, the girls, and that they went diamond, and will you just say something or share a tip or whatever? And, you know, I was sitting there just listening and kind of in disbelief. And she got up there because she had promoted to diamond. I didn't know her. She's not on my team, not on my upline, not anywhere. I had no idea who she was. And she was so nervous. Kind of like I am right now. And she was so shy. And she got up there and she said, I can't believe I'm standing here. And I was almost like, what? What did she say? And I connected with her, not because I identified and could see myself in her, like we had the same kind of job and all that. I connected with her because she was the complete opposite of me. Completely. I want you to just, I've been talking a while. I want you to just keep on with that, because I think you knew, like after I stalked you the rest of the night, that you touched me that night, you know? And I was just a little old Ruby that...
Yeah, so after we were at boot camp, I mean, I was seeing light bulbs, but we went to Hula Hands just to hang out. And this girl kept following me. And she wanted to sit right next to me, and she's like, I'm rubbing shoulders with you. And I said, well, how have you been working your business? And I said, are you charting? And she's like, what is that? So I pulled up my iPhone, and she logged into my phone, and I literally mapped her downline on a napkin in front of her and showed her how to chart her team. And from that moment, it was on. She knew what to do. Now she's Black Diamond.
All right, maybe the moral of the story, because we were just kind of had our little moment, didn't we? That was fun. But the bottom line is Ruby is a big deal, okay? And getting in front of other people that work this business is a big deal, okay? I was on fire after that boot camp. That boot camp to me was the missing link, because I believed in corporate, I believed in their vision, I believed in everything. Caroline was making triple what I was making. At the diamond level, we just all want diamond, don't we? That was the missing link for me, is to get engaged and get around people that you can identify with. In my case, it was someone that was complete opposite of me, right? But it changed my business. I could not wait to get home. I could not wait to talk to the distributors that had already signed on my team. I said, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work the steps again, and I'm gonna see how many times I can work them. I'm gonna see how many people I can teach, and this is endless.
Yeah.
Totally endless.
I love Ruby because when I went to my first conference, there was 400 people at that conference. And they kept talking about rubies. And so I went home and I just started teaching people how to go ruby. And we were all working together as a team, that I was only ruby for 2 days because I had taught 2 people to go ruby right alongside me. It's just the building block.
And it took me, how long did it take me to go ruby? Like it took me 4 months, I think, or 5 months to go ruby. I was not working the steps. I mean, didn't know there was charts. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was kind of just trying to get some customers, selling some wraps, you know. I was not taking it too seriously, but doesn't matter when you get there. Okay? Just gotta do it, and you gotta decide. And if I could leave you with anything, do you have anything else to say, Caroline? We talked about so much and didn't even talk about what we said we were gonna talk about, did we?
My only tip is just to be you. You can duplicate your leaders, but do what God has in store for you. Work within your own strengths. And I just think that Ruby is just such a big deal. When you go Ruby, you teach Rubies, and you can go all the way to the top.
I want you guys to own where you are, man. Seriously. We are totally where we're supposed to be in this business. It's a blessing. And if you do not know that, open your heart up a little more, because I feel like that we were all called to this business. You're sitting here for a reason. Do not look left. Do not look right. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Put your head down for the next 3 months and almost work this business like it's just you and the business. Just build your business. Share it with everyone and shine on. Love you guys.